we are back with the big one here. We're doing a full body workout that's gonna be 30 minutes total in length. We've got 3 different sections here. We've got a strength phase, we've got an endurance phase, and then we've got a plyometric phase. The timing / cadence on all these is gonna be a little bit different, but I'm gonna show you the exercises we're gonna do. We're gonna start with that strength portion. We've got 4 movements for 2 sets. First movement, we're gonna grab our tube here and we're gonna do some overhead squats. Now, I've got both hands in the top portion of the band, and then I'm gonna grab the bottom portion here, squeeze overhead, 40 seconds on the clock. I'm going overhead squats. I'm pressing my knees out. I'm sitting nice and low in the chair, coming up, squeezing my glutes, going right back down. Make sure here I'm keeping my glutes contract as I go up top, and I'm pressing that band apart. Again, we're going for 40 seconds, as many reps as you can get in that time frame. First motion. Second motion, you'll drop that band down by your side, grab the ball that's next to you. We're gonna do some rear elevated split squats or lunges. What you're gonna do is you're gonna put a foot on the band, on the ball, and now I'm gonna drop straight down into a lunge. 40 seconds. I'm going single leg lunge. I'm working on balance with that back foot. I like to keep my hands nice and close to midline. It helps me balance. You can choose to put them out by your side, or you can even touch that ground if you'd like to get more depth here. 40 seconds, one leg, then you'll switch over, 40 seconds on the other. Third motion, grabbing your tube one more time. This time what I'm gonna do is I'm going to grab each side. I'm gonna put it right underneath the ball, just like so. I'm going to roll forward just enough, and now I'm gonna do some chest flies. Elbows are down on the ball. From here, I'm gonna press straight up to the ceiling, squeeze my hands together, come right back down, elbows touch the ball, squeeze all the way up and together, contracting the pecs or the chest muscles, going right back down. You're there for 40 seconds. Again, as many reps as you can get. Squeeze those hands nice and tight to get that chest muscle fully engaged. Last movement here, we're gonna slide that ball out. And now we're just going 40 seconds of planks on that fit ball. And I'm just gonna, if I want a little bit more here, I'm gonna press forward, I'm gonna press to the right, I'm gonna press to the left, and I'm gonna come back. So you can kind of move this ball in different planes of motion to challenge your core a bit more. You can hear my breath here, definitely challenging. If you need to come down to your knees, you can get the same thing, pressing in different planes of motion for 40 seconds on that core movement. So now we're on to the endurance portion of our exercise. Endurance meaning lasting longer, but guess what? Rest also lasts longer, so that's a plus. We got 1 minute on for these exercises and 30 seconds of rest. We got 4 exercises, we're doing them for 2 sets through. First exercise, grabbing our tube one more time. And now what I'm gonna do is a lunge twist. On this one, I want to squeeze out wide, all right? You should feel a little bit of shakiness here. That means your shoulders are trying to stabilize. Now I'm going to go lunge, twist, come right back. Lunge, twist, and come back, all right? Again, it's just allowing you to get depth into your lunge and to get a nice rotation through the twist, all right? You're there for a minute, alternating legs each time. First exercise. Second exercise, we're gonna grab our block. We're gonna find a wall nearby. Fortunately, there's one behind me. I'm gonna sit on this wall. I'm gonna bring this block between my knees, and I'm gonna find 90 degrees between my ankle, my knees, and my hips. I'm gonna sit. I'm going to squeeze my knees together as if I'm trying to get my knees to touch here, and I'm gonna hold it for a minute, and it's gonna burn, and you're gonna shake, but you're gonna enjoy it later. So you're just gonna sit at 90 degrees for a full minute there. Remember, you get 30 seconds of rest afterwards. Number 2. Number 3, we're gonna grab our band. Now with this band, I'm gonna wrap it right around my forearms, just above my wrist. I'm gonna find the ground beneath me, and now from this, I'm going to do hand step out. All right, this is gonna work your shoulders. You've got a minute on the clock here. You're just gonna step to your right, come back to middle. Step to your left, come back to middle. The further you reach within control, the more challenging it's gonna be. So step out wide and come back. And step out wide and come back. 1 minute on, 30 seconds off. Finishing off, grabbing your block one more time, laying down nice and flat this time, a good one to get your heart rate down, a tough one for your glutes. You're gonna put this block between your knees, lay nice and flat on your back. Again, squeezing our knees together as if we want them to touch. What that's gonna do is gonna activate these muscles inside your legs. From here, I'm gonna squeeze my waist up towards the ceiling, activating these glutes. I'm down and up and back down. There's one, there's two. What I like to do is press my feet pretty hard into the ground, squeeze my knees together, squeeze my glutes. I'm here for a minute, as many reps as I can get. If you want a little bit more, pinch and hold at the top for 1 to 2 seconds, and you'll get a lot more out of this, and go back down. You're there, 4 exercises for 2 sets. It's definitely gonna be a burner. Last portion of this, guys, you may be wondering why this band is around my legs. That means we're gonna do some plyometric movements. What are plyometrics? They don't require much weight. It just requires you, your body, and just challenging yourself for the amount of time allotted. That's gonna be 40 seconds today with a 20-second break. We've got 4 movements, one more time for 2 sets. Again, comboing that strength portion, that endurance portion, and this plyometric portion. It's gonna make you a fully functional athlete. Let's get started. First movement, guys, we've got banded up downs. We're gonna start overhead with our hands, 40 seconds start on the clock, and you go. You're tapping that ground, kicking your feet out, jumping right back up. Tapping that ground, kicking your feet out, jumping right back up. If you want more on this, you can turn it into a full burpee, adding in that push-up down at the bottom. Again, this band is giving us just the right amount of resistance that's gonna challenge us, but not push us way too far, all right? So you wanna keep this here. It's gonna keep your knees out. It's a nice challenge. First exercise. Second exercise, what we're gonna do is now we're gonna go down, back on the ground, and we've got these floor jacks for 40 seconds on the clock. I'm gonna keep my core nice and strong and kick my feet out to the sides, all right? The faster you move here within control without bouncing your hips up and down, the more challenging it's going to be, all right? Second movement, 20 seconds of break. Catch your breath. All right, we're back after it. So now we're gonna do lateral shuffle, side to side. Sit nice and low, as if there's a chair right beneath you. And you're just gonna go about 2 steps to the left and 2 steps to the right. 2 steps to the left, 2 steps to the right. You're here for 40 seconds, sitting nice and low in that chair. Staying down, staying athletic. Finally, taking the band off. But we're not done, we've got one more movement. I'm gonna find a jump rope. Look at that, right next to me. You got 40 seconds on the clock of jump ropes. Find a position where you're not gonna hurt anyone, and you're off. 40 seconds on the clock. Just trying to find a nice pace here. Again, what you put in is what you're gonna get out. So if you want more, pick up your cadence just a bit. You're there for 40 seconds. All 4 of these exercises for 2 sets. That's your plyometric portion. Good luck.
it.